Mill wants me to change my business name. I, 34F, am a cosmetic surgeon, and I opened my practice last year. It's been doing very well, and I'm doing the planning now to open another branch at a neighboring state, which is my in-laws' state. My husband comes from a well-to-do family. Grandfather was wealthy, whereas my parents were immigrants and had to get their masters here again while already having a PhD from my home country. I barely saw my parents growing up so that they could house and feed us. My practice has both my mom and dad's last names. My husband is a great guy and his family is very nice, but they value different things and have weird priorities. I wanted a small wedding in the US because I had another reception in my parents' home country. Miel offered to pay for a larger wedding so that they can invite more of their friends, but I stuck to the 50 people limit, which is a lot. I wanted 30 at the beginning because I wanted people my husband and I both knew and loved to be there. I didn't want my MIL stylist, her business partner, or their family lawyer to attend. She eventually complied and kept meddling occasionally from then on. I never changed my last name, but would unofficially be referred to Mrs. Huz's last name. At work, I still use my name to not confuse my staff and patients, but also to honor my dad for everything he has done all my life. Now that I'm opening another practice, MIL wants me to use the family name as the brand. I told her it would create confusion and people might not know it was mine. I built a lot of trust, patronage, and recognition using my brand, so I don't want to keep correcting people and to start from the bottom in a sense. It makes perfect sense and is the smart decision business-wise. There's also some legal and extra paperwork to be done if I used a different name. She said she is so proud of me and wants to show me off, and also her family name is very famous around here, so I might get more patients. She also joked that she should get some royalty for that too. Their surname is an old American name that back in the day used to do bad things, i.e. corruption and more. I do not want to use that name. I am Southeast Asian, my staff are diverse, and it's something I am proud of since we do focus on ethnic and cultural aesthetics instead of the generic white European aesthetics. I'm walking on eggshells here, and I plan to let my husband deal with her. They always do a family dinner, and I see her maybe once every 2 weeks, and she always brings this up. Recently, 2 of my SEALs have been pestering me to do it too. Update. It scared me how many people commented in my previous post. I read through most of the comments and rest assured, I am never ever going to change my brand. I just wanted a soft way to tell my MIL and SEALs to back off. I didn't mention this, but my husband doesn't know about any of this. So many assumed that he knew, but just did nothing, when it's my fault that I never included the information that I never told him yet. To me, this is a trivial matter, and I did not want to involve him since he is a professional too, but in a different field, and he's handling a big project at the moment, and I don't want to pile this on him. I respect and agree about those suggested dialogues on how to tell my MIL to stop bringing it up, but I wanted a way to gently tell her I won't be changing my brand, as opposed to, no is a complete sentence. And while it is, I would have definitely said that to a rude stranger, but not to a close family member. Call it the Asian in me, but I don't want to be rude to her. My parents have returned to our home country to enjoy retirement, so the only family I have here is my brother who lives in Canada. My in-laws are my only family in the States, and they are good people, but sometimes their entitlement does show. I let my husband know, and he was mad that I didn't tell him earlier. He's a lawyer and helped me build my business. He said that he never felt like less of a man when I didn't take his name since it wasn't me that went through med school and residency, and hell if I did, I know my weak ass would tap out early, LOL. He planned to FaceTime my MIL tonight to tell her to back off. Something I feel guilty of saying in my last post was saying white European aesthetics are generic. I wrote that post quickly in an Uber and didn't properly think that through. My practice caters to all skin types, for all races, and for each of their own very personal expectations of what they want to achieve. I owe a big apology to anyone who got offended. And yes, I do have a prenup.